So that's pretty fun. Pretty fun. We're hoping that we're gonna be seeing a series that's gonna be fun or at least one game that is gonna be as fun as those two that we have already seen. The previous series, of course, was Azure just schooling Geek Fam on how you actually play Dota, but it is what it is, right? We're not gonna be too mad about it. Some of the games were short today, some of the games were long. We actually didn't have that classic like 45-minute game, which you could say is a staple of the match. Actually, Team Master versus Geek Fam was something along those lines, right? Where one team is winning for the majority of the game and they just end the game at a relatively normal timing. But let's see now what Talon and IHC do have in store for us. So it is gonna be a Batrider and a Mars opening for these two teams. Okay. I mean, nothing too out of the ordinary. The Mars has been making a huge comeback, and we have seen a couple of Batriders today already. Makes sense since it is the Southeast Asia region. The Batriders are going to be something that's going to be played quite often. I think it was only played as a support. I'm still waiting to see if there is going to be a core bat coming through. So, according to BetBoom.com, IHC are the underdogs here, but I don't know if that's the case. Whenever I see IHC playing versus lower tier teams, they actually do really well for themselves. Their laning stage is solid, their rotations are solid, they're very aggressive and tend to force teams into a lot of mistakes. So, those are the things I would be looking out for if I was Talon or any of the Talon fans out there, and I know that there's a ton of you guys. Shout out to all of the fans, of course, for both teams, for every team in the world, because without you, all of this would pretty much be in vain. Oh, Mereska has arrived, so Dark Willow will be picked up. It is a great hero to lane with the Mars. Batrider hates playing versus the Dark Willow. You pretty much have to have a BKB if you want to be moving in the fight. Nicely, no, you do not fly over the brambles. You still get caught by them, though wouldn't that be fun? As Talon will get a Beastmaster. That's the first one that I'm watching today. And a Phoenix. Well, let me check if... I don't think Azure and Geek Fam played these heroes. Nope, no Phoenix, no Beastmaster. Oh, so this is the first one here of the qualifier. We're gonna have a lot of first ones, right? Because really the qualifier isn't that long. We're gonna have 8 days of qualifiers across all regions. As far as I know, this one is gonna be lasting 4 days, just like every other one. So it is going to be fun to see what all of the teams have in store. And really, if you guys do have the time to follow different regions, there you can see just how different of an approach to Dota they actually do have. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. And then once we do have a land in Dubai, because guys, do not forget, this is not a tournament of its own. This is just a qualifier. And you're thinking, why do we have such great teams in this qualifier? Well, because it's an awesome tournament. $1 million on the line in Dubai, the first LAN of 2024. It is gonna be amazing, right? So stay tuned for that one. In the next week or so, we're gonna be finding out all of the participants of it, and then the teams are gonna have a little bit more than 15 days to actually prepare for the LAN. Okay, that's a Phoenix counter. That's a Batrider counter as well. You put an Arcane Curse on somebody and they just cannot spam the spells, which is something that the Batrider loves to do. Seeker lane as well versus the Beastmaster. Has solid attack speed for the Phoenix. I guess though, he is the only one that is great versus the Phoenix. You do have 2 range supports, but they pretty much aren't that great. Dark Willow, low range. Silencer, not that great of an attack speed. But overall, what it seems to me is that IHC are going for strong lanes and strong team fight, and that they're gonna be looking when they have their ultis to fight rather than, oh, let's go and kill the egg, let's go through what the enemies do have. Nope, that's not gonna be the case. So if you don't have the global silence, you probably won't fight. You use the global, you kill the Phoenix egg. Okay, Bloodseeker, there is already some lockdown for him. BKB piercing lockdown at that. So every single hero of Talon does have a BKB piercing stun. Some of them are harder to hit than others, but 2 point and click, 1 chrono, and of course the egg that will be popping with the chrono as well. One bad thing here for Talon is, well, your laning stage is okay, everybody can survive it, you can farm really well, but you're coming out of the laning stage that minute 7 to minute 11, 12, 13, when the supports don't have their level 6s, that is when you could be in trouble, right? Because Mars and the Bloodseeker, they're going to start applying pressure at that point, and your supports aren't going to be able to protect the cores that nicely. Whilst the Dark Willow and the Silencer, well, they are going to be able to complement the Seeker and the Mars. Because you see, one lane is Arcane Curse into Blood Rite, that's going to be a lot of damage. Then on the other one, you have the Bramble Maze and Mars with the capability of pushing people into multiple brambles, which is a ton of damage. It is not to be underestimated whatsoever. So I'm looking forward to see how Talon slow this down until their supports get some levels and until they can actually do some damage. I guess you have to play around the Beastmaster. We'll see how he actually approaches the fighting here. The OD is gonna get banned out. That's pretty great because first off, it's in the meta, but it is great save for the Faceless Void. And you don't want to be playing versus that. You chrono somebody, they get astral, and suddenly you're just walking super fast through the chrono, not doing anything. So I like it. I think that's a smart ban. Anything else? IHC are going to be dealing with the Lina and the Invoker, so you don't need to ban out mobile heroes. I guess that is something you can catch. Though maybe a Buck is elusive enough. Might be a ban worth considering. Though it wouldn't be a bad pickup for Talon at all. It is a Trian hero. Though we talked about his Ember. I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up his Ember once again. Does look like a pretty decent Ember game. If you survive the global silence, you're pretty much surviving everything. I guess though the Dark Willow can be annoying. Use a long sleight of fist and there could be a Bramble waiting for you. That's something that you don't want to allow to happen. So Talon gonna be. They are taking their sweet time with this ban into a pick. And it makes sense. Let's see. It is gonna be a Storm ban, so it could be an Ember. Oh, they go for the Zeus. Okay, that's another hero that the Storm can pretty much run down. If we look at IHC, their ability to lock people down isn't that great. So having some mobility on the Zeus is quite nice. And you were missing on some 10 seconds remaining. On some magic damage, some burst. Some capability of killing heroes, especially during the laning phase. Once the Zeus hits 6, that is something that can catch people off guard, especially the supports. I doubt that the Seeker will be going low enough for the Zeus to Thunder God's Wrath him down to death, but Dark Willow Silencer, it is possible. So what is Sanctity gonna be picking up here? I'm always thinking about a Tiny for him. I don't know if it would be that good in this game. Actually, it wouldn't be half bad. You jump in with a Tiny, Global Silence, one hero dies 100%, beat core or support, especially in the early stages of it. Looks like a pretty decent one if he wants to go for it. Would be cool to see like a Bounty Hunter mid. But they'll go for the Ember. There is lockdown for December, but then again, there is a lot of chances to outplay that lockdown, right? So I'm curious to see how well he does. This is probably gonna be the Mage Slayer build, and actually, there's a ton of magical damage on the side of Talon. At one point, the right clicks of the Beastmaster and the Faceless Void are gonna be coming in handy, but in general, you're dealing with heavy magic damage. So it is a rough one to actually predict. I have to say though, I'm leaning IHC a little bit, because I think their laning stage is a lot stronger, and there are situations where in the game where you can punish Talon. If the game goes longer, then Talon are going to be getting it, and not 100%, but most likely if you get all of the items that deal with the global science, the brambles, the embers, the chains, right? You need the lotus orbs, you need the guardian greaves, those types of things. And if you do get those things that are gonna dispel you, then the game becomes much easier for you. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna stay with IHC. I think I am, right? Because even though both of these teams played long games, IHC has been known to sometimes play shorter games to just completely overwhelm their opponents, and I think they can do it with this lineup. But if Talon itemizes properly and delays the game to a certain point, then I do see them winning. A lot of it is gonna be on this WS Beastmaster, so him having that great Doom game earlier in the day, I think is definitely gonna matter, because you do need that confidence boost to actually make the proper plays. And even if something bad happens, you might still have that little bit of the confidence left from the previous series that is gonna allow you to do better in a game. So I'm definitely liking both lineups. I think both of the teams got what they were looking for. I don't think you can say, oh, this is a better lineup. There's no outdraft here. It's just who plays their cards better at every part of the game. So IHC, they're probably going to be the ones to apply the pressure first. But we're going to stop with the theorizing. Why? Because we have a game on our hands, and IHC versus Talon, game 1. Start now. And there we are. We are inside of the game. Let's see how things are gonna be going. Sanctity leading the charge. He has a ward. Don't place it. Don't place it. He placed it. That should be pretty easy to scout out. We can expect Talon to just take it down with ease. Good luck. Have fun, brother. Yep. Maybe they're trying to bait out that he warded because he gave a ward to Akashi. So, they're not gonna fall for it. Actually waiting on the high ground. I would be very surprised if Akashi goes there. Akashi? What the hell are you doing? Okay, he's surviving, no problem. Actually, with the blood right might not happen. There's the chains, there's the blood right. A couple more hits. God's rebuke slows him down. He's dead. I have no idea why he did that. He should have known, right? The embers smoke broke on the left side there of the river. I don't know. That's just not something that should ever happen. Who got the first blood? It's gonna be at least something, right? Imagine if it was the Ember just starting off the mid lane versus Zeus with a bottle or with a full wand. That's not how you would want things to go. Luckily for Talon, that wasn't the case, but still a very nice gold exchange there. In terms of runes, 2 for 2. No surprises there. So mid lane, Zeus versus the Ember Spirit. This should be a pretty even matchup. I can maybe see the Zeus winning it a bit because Sanctity started off with the chains. I'm guessing you wanted the Flame Guard to dodge a little bit of this damage, but nah, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. Maybe the Sleight of Fist chains is better. Meanwhile, Phoenix in a lot of trouble. Ponyo will be surviving. 11 doesn't want to go for that one, understandably, but on the other side, they do finish off the Seeker, something that we do not see that often. He didn't even get level 2, didn't even get the third, so no heals for you. Instead, dropped low as well. Level 1 Call of the Wild. I mean, it's not that the summons are weak, but they're not that strong, so pretty weird that it happened the way it did. But Talon, they do get themselves on the board as well after a pretty bad movement of Akashi to give the first blood to the enemy. Going forward, he is going to be pressured a little bit here. While Akashi continues to farm Ace, is going to be trying to be annoying here. Hurricane actually pulls him in. Yeah, these neutral creeps work in mysterious ways. Off the Shadow Realm strike. And, well, the laning phase continues to not be that aggressive from either side. Chuan doing well in the mid lane, something we can't say happened to him in the previous series. But despite all of that, despite all the hardships, they still won. They're still here in the upper bracket semifinal, and these two teams could get very, very close to well, one of these two teams could get very close to going to land just from the first day. Azure managed to do it with ease. And I think with the performance that they have shown, they are the absolute favorites to win the entire thing and go to LAN. We'll see if that does happen in the end. Pretty passive approach from all of the lanes at the moment. Nobody's taking any damage, right? So Akashi skills up the time dilation. He's probably going to be getting the bash right now in the B patch. Some nerves there onto the bash in terms of damage. You can no longer deny the bash with the bash, so that's it's kind of annoying. Sometimes it could give you an extra deny. Not gonna be happening any longer. Ace doing Dark Willow things, just being hella annoying. Going for the Bramble Maze, max out, and with the Mars in lane, that is what you want to do. You're hoping that the two of you can work perfectly. Ideally, you could get people through like 4 Brambles, which would be an amazing amount of damage. Might even kill Akashi, but that's a little bit too hard to do. Beastmaster will get silenced up. A couple of more hits. The Arcane Curse is going to be enough to kill him. With the Tango being eaten at the moment, he will probably live. But they see him with the Thirst, and that means that he's not getting close to these creeps. So despite the Seeker dying, now he's showing just the power and the capability of this hero. Blood Right, if that connects, he's dead. And yep, he's dead. 4-3 gets the kill. Didn't want to use the stick charges. Maybe would have given the kill to the Silencer, but either way, a kill is a kill, and that's the power of the Arcane Curse plus the Blood Right. For those of you people that don't know, Arcane Curse, the duration is extended, and the damage taken is increased when somebody is silenced. It doesn't matter who silenced it is. Silenced enemies take 1.5 times slow in damage, so Blood Right does count as well. I don't know if you guys ever saw a Silencer Death Prophet lane level 1 silence from a Death Prophet, and Se, I think you've gone a little bit too far. 4-3 will be able to escape, but Se, well, not gonna be so lucky. Jokim might take some damage, and the dive onto 4-3 is actually happening. Another Hawk diving in, rooted there on the Seeker, but he'll be fine. It does lose the Silencer in the end, and misses on the Flag Bearer, so I think that was the max damage of the tower. Now 92. It looked to me like the CS is gonna go to the Bloodseeker. Meanwhile, top lane, finally people are getting low. Phoenix has 6-1 charges and a dive away, and he's not gonna be diving away anywhere. Akashi goes in. The Shadow Realm will be protecting the Dark Willow, and 11 just pokes in on Akashi, who's gonna be taking a hit from the Shadow Realm. No. The Dark Willow uses it onto creeps and will get the pull off. Nope, only onto the range creep and the siege creep, so not that big of a deal. While Chuan, he's approaching level 6. He could kill the Dark Willow. Nice TP to the base. He'll be fine. Chuan, he got his level 6, but no mana at the moment. And, well, Sanctity, he got his level 6 as well. Will be getting away. Lightning Bolt misses. Instant TP out. Refill bottle. And he'll be back to the lane to fight for the first power rune, but he might need some support backing, as Zeus has it, and he's kind of all alone. Chains connect onto Chuan. Now I have 3 targets, so it is much harder to miss. RNG not that big of a part of it, and Chuan actually gets the illusion of standing his ground, fighting Sanctity, who doesn't have a TP. You don't want to die right now. Actually, Chuan without mana, he might be in some trouble. Sanctity is gonna be going through. He's still alive. Does have that infused raindrops. That is the only reason why he lived through it, as the Phoenix without dive is in an uncomfortable position, but not really going to be going down at all. So the first Zeus ulti, attempted kill on an Ember, and unsuccessful. Will be leaving a Remnant, and, well, Sanctity will take a long way back to home, though it is nighttime, so he's relatively speedy. Again, Oh, he has 2 bounty runes, so he can definitely heal himself up quite a lot. As those arcane boots, you no longer need to drop them. They don't really give you any mana. A pretty even start. If we look at the lanes, no big discrepancies. The biggest one is on the mid lane. 11 is in some trouble. The spear onto the Faceless Void sends him away. Nobody else to stop his TP, and the first attack, not gonna be a bash. Akashi. Oh, no presents for him. Lord Gaben will not be merciful. At least not towards the Faceless Void. Sanctity did use his time to catch up a little bit on the mid lane here, but not really gonna be taking over trend anytime soon. Is better in terms of experience though, which, you know, you could say matters more between these two heroes. They get the ward down. Very nicely done. So it is gonna be a Mage Slayer build on the Ember Spirit. That's probably the best one currently. Just making yourself ultra tanky versus his use also. It really does make a lot of sense. Chains will connect. Sanctity is just being a nuisance. And here comes Se. Your Kinkers will connect, and Sanctity, he might decide to go forward. There's the Sleight of Fist. You don't have the chains, but they see him clearly, and the Bramble will be finishing him off. Sanctity is the one who gets the kill, with the Remnant going through him. Once the rune, it will be the shield rune on the Batrider. Sanctity just TP's out. Nothing you can do about it. Without this use, without his Lightning Bolt, these two supports, their ability to stop a TP is non-existent. And today I was afraid that they changed the talent tree shining when you have a skill point. Nope, but they didn't change it. It was just a little bit of a bug in one of the situations, and it is back. In some trouble. Chrono is at the ready. You might need it for a kill. The spear completely whiffs, and Faceless Void doesn't want to use that Chrono. They have the Zeus ulti and is deciding against it with the Arc Lightning. He'll get the kill. The infused raindrops were the only reason why that was even remotely close. It used to be Orb of Corrosion for the Ember Spirits. Now you just have to be content with the Blightstone. He's just coming back to lane. He's pretty full mana, but the Phoenix caught, very much dead. Sharon will hit, not even needed. Akashi comes over, Chrono at the ready. It's gonna be beautifully used, and the ulti from the Zeus gets them all low. The Brambles are gonna be keeping Akashi away, but this Dark Willow with the time dilation is not moving. Bloodseeker coming over into the fight pretty early on. Joken will get himself away. Lance of Pursuit not really gonna help you when nobody's running away from you, and just the TP out will be enough. Two heroes dead on one side, the Phoenix dying, nobody really cares. First Chrono usage, amazing. And first rotation of 4-2-3, well, not so much. So, his tower was taking a lot of damage. Dark Troll Summoner is there, so there's gonna be a lot of skeletons rallying. Phoenix again in a lot of trouble. I have no idea why he's always putting himself in harm's way, but he has become a freebie for the opposing team. While Sanister dies. How did these 30 damage neutrals manage to take the kill? I guess when everybody's attacking skeletons as well, you're not really paying attention, and then the neutrals just get the kill. So pretty unfortunate there for WS, but his game is looking amazing, and the game for Talon is looking amazing as well. I was afraid of this little gap when you don't have level 6s on your supports, but with the Beastmaster having such a great game, with everybody having such a great game, they can always get kills. Roar into Zeus ulti, Chrono into Zeus ulti. Now it's gonna be Lasso to any kind of damage. All those things really do come in handy. Meanwhile, top lane, 11 does have his arena. Any spear usage there. Akashi, he cannot revert any of the damage. You go God's Rebuke. That Ember onto the Zeus. Is that a solo kill? That's a solo kill. He just dove the Zeus and got the kill with ease. Sleight of Fist chains, Sleight of Fist, a couple of more hits, and the Remnant back just to survive. Beautifully done. Those are the type of plays that can win in games. Sanctity has been on fire today. On his Puck and, well, now on his Ember. While 4-3 just forfeits his tower. And Ponyo, next on the menu, you're a Phoenix. You're just gonna be coming back. They don't really care about your Icarus dive versus the Silencer. That's just one of the worst things that you can experience as a Phoenix. You see that last word on you, and if I dive, I'm dead. If I don't dive, I'm dead as well. It is the worst feeling in the world. Akashi going for Maelstrom. Same is true for the Seeker. Both of them are pretty much close to it. Faces Void a little bit more, and makes sense. He is higher in terms of net worth. They kind of have the same items, don't they? Yep, pretty much the same. Also, we're talking about carry items. The mid lane tower is being pressured, and with the Dark Willow having level 6, you want to open up that mid lane to have access to various parts of the map. Talon smoked up to farm the Ancients, it seems. Yep. Phylactery on the Zeus. Egg on the Phoenix. He's going for a Pavis. And tower does drop, so both of the supports are gonna have a Pavis. Not that much physical damage, but I guess it helps. Some stacks are still happening. Faces Void didn't go for a Midas. People are kind of dodging the Midas nowadays. Not a lot of players are buying it. They did receive a nerf. I think it was 10 seconds. So it makes sense that it is going to be less popular as Jokem. Arcane Curse, last word, and Say immediately gets himself away. Does have the safety bubble. That really does help. Right now, Sanctity is just going around the map and applying pressure. His Mage Slayer is going to be done. And this time around, Talon are using a smoke to fight, or more so to rotate to the mid lane undetected, take the tower and possibly get a kill if anybody shows themselves. Nice ward behind the tower there, but nobody's really going to be responding to this at the moment. Let's see. They're going to be able to bring enough heroes to defend this mid lane tower. The TP from the Ember, he has the Mage Slayer. He's not an easy kill, but with the Roar and the Chrono, you will probably be able to take him down. Akashi, they see him clearly, but he understands it and will be taking himself away. Nice Skeleton Warrior usage there with the rally to make sure that the tower dies with minimal commitment coming out from Talon. Zeus is going for a Manta. We'll see how fast he buys the shard for the lightning hands. So, smoke from the other side. Mars has a blink. This is a reveal. The arena will get used. WS not using the roar just yet. He tried to charge it up, but does get stunned before it. He'll use the roar. Global Silence immediately afterwards, and the Zeus ulti was used as well. IHC, still nobody on their side died. It was Roar, it was Egg, it was Thunder God's Wrath, and none of the kills were made. So Talon definitely showing that they're lacking a little bit in the damage department, especially if it is their opponents that are starting to fight. And that Global Silence does come in handy. He didn't want to use it preemptively. He waited for the Roar and then he used it. If he used it earlier, it would still be the same kill, but the Roar would not be on cooldown. This way, it's a lot better. You just wait for it. If he doesn't use it, you don't use your Global Silence. If he uses the Roar, you use the Global Silence. It's a fair trade. And Talon are not going to be happy with it. First smoke there, big one from IHC, is gonna be successful. Ember, he is he playing with his life or is he killing WS? The Sleight of Face doesn't care at all about your fire spirits, and Sanctity will just leave. Ben? No mana, not gonna be caught either. So gets himself away in time. Overall, things are pretty calm in this game. Nobody is getting any huge things done on the map. 4-3, continuing to farm. Same is true for Akashi. They're using their Maelstroms to do so. Face, he is going for a pipe. You need it versus the Zeus. Ember Spirit will be going for a Maelstrom. Sanctity will definitely be applying some damage in this game. Only on the Phoenix. That's gonna be a Pavis done. Delivered right now. Overall, nobody's looking for a fight. There is a Solar Crest on the Batrider already. He's looking towards the Blink. Sleight of Fist chains on the Zeus. He cannot jump away. Can do it now if he wants to, but he still seems to be baiting. That's an Arcane Rune on December Spirit. You really need to be careful. Sleight of Fist chains onto Jokem. The Arena will get used onto the Zeus, and the Global Silence does get used as well. With the Bedlam running into the Zeus, Trent is looking like he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. Being protected by the Solar Crest, he might just be fine. Chrono in the backline. Zeus standing his ground. He's actually winning that one. The last Sleight of Fist will finish him out, but look at the backlines. Akashi is just slaughtering everybody, and with the three-time dilations on 11, he has nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. The bashes are gonna be amazing, and Akashi gets himself a triple kill. That was beautiful from the side of Talon. Just an amazing fight without the Seeker. That's pretty grim. I was expecting him to join the fight, especially when you have the Global Silence, so you have a couple of seconds that you can attack, get people low, and then just be this race car around the fight. But he decides not to do it, and killing the Zeus, it took so long. Look at how tanky he is. That Phylactery and Diadem, they do make a difference.